Oh yeah, it's Miata time. Today we have a 2025 Mazda Miata Grand Touring. In this video, I'll talk about what the ND3 generation Miata is, how I feel about the interior space, and what it's like to drive it. Okay, I'll say it right away. I've never been the type of guy to say Miata is always the answer, but after driving my friend's NA generation and spending some time last year with the ND3, I think I caught the virus, and I'll tell you why in the driving impressions. First, let's talk about what this current generation ND3 Mazda Miata is. So, in 2024, the car received some styling and mechanical updates. From the visual perspective, we got refreshed headlights and taillights, new color options, and a widescreen infotainment display with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Mechanical changes included a new steering rack with revised EPS for smoother steering and better on-center feeling, and an updated asymmetric diff which locks up more on the lift-off to eliminate oversteer when going into the turn, and unlocks more under acceleration for less understeer when exiting the corner. Other things remained unchanged. The car is still offered with a soft top or a hard top RF. There are three different trims for the soft top: the base Sport, more performance-oriented Club, and the luxury Grand Touring that we're testing today. The RF only comes in the Club and the Grand Touring variants. Now, in the US, we only have one engine option, a naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder producing 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. The motor can be mated either to a 6-speed automatic, please don't do that, or the proper way, a 6-speed manual gearbox. Just as a side note, other markets also get less powerful, 129 horsepower 1.5 liter. Now, before we talk what it's like to drive the Miata on our favorite back road, let's take a look inside and talk about the interior space. Okay, inside the ND3 Miata. Now, after all those years, and we're talking about almost 10 years, the cabin has aged pretty well, and as much as I hate to say that, the new widescreen for the infotainment kind of helped keeping the dashboard fresh. But let's talk about what's really good here. The ergonomics. I mean, they're just great. There are a lot of physical controls for things that we need access to, and I love a little bit of that old school feeling, especially when we compare it to today's cars with touch everything. Here, everything is simple and not overwhelming or distracting. Now, when it comes to practicality, well, you cannot expect much from a Roadster. The center console doesn't offer much, there are no door pockets or glove box, and the compartments are behind us, so it's difficult to access them while driving. If we compare the Miata to something like an 86 or a BRZ, well, those will just have more practical cabin. The quality, on the other hand, is pretty good. While there's a lot of hard touch plastics, they're all good quality, and the fit and finish are on a high level. We still get a beautiful gauge cluster with simple analog dials, and the infotainment running Mazda's newest OS has a logical menu structure and an attractive user interface. Also, as a plus, we now get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, the Grand Touring that we're testing today gets some luxury, if you will, features such as automatic headlights, leather seats, or an automatic climate control. They're not must-haves, but are nice to have. They don't come with the Sport or Club variants. The front seats provide an okay support and are relatively comfortable. The Recaros in the Club variant are a little bit more aggressive and hold you better in place, but those are softer. Now, two things to keep in mind when choosing between the soft top and the RF is that the RF will have compromised headroom and will not feel as open due to the massive pillars in the back. Well, that was the cabin of the ND3 Miata, so let's do the fun part now and take it to our favorite back road. Okay, driving the ND3 Miata GT. I mean, what can I say? Just listen to this. That 2-liter 4-cylinder that sits under the hood is simply amazing. It delivers power in an incredibly linear fashion, does it super smoothly, there's no torque dips, and revs all the way up to 7,500 RPM, which is basically unheard of in 2025. It works amazingly well with the 6-speed gearbox that we have. The clutch is super easy to operate. The transmission is precise, very easy to rev match, very easy to heel and toe. Even with my Hobbit feet, I have no issues. The pedal box is really well designed. As you go through those corners, you can feel the kinematic posture control system kicking in. It brakes the inner wheel to eliminate some of the body roll and make the car feel more planted. There's still some body roll, but the system kind of masks it. I know a lot of drivers don't like it. You can very simply disable it alongside traction control and stability control to get full control of the car. And you know what? Don't do that. Learn how to drive this thing first, because the Miata can surprise you. Not in a bad way, but don't think that 181 horsepower is nothing. No, in a lightweight car like that, it's just enough, and the car can surprise you. Oh, now the brakes could be a little better in the GT. The Brembos that you can get on the club inspire more confidence, but they're easy to swap. The steering provides feedback, which is also amazing. The ND3 got a retuned rack for a better on-center feeling and more precision, but we also still get amazing feedback and have an idea what's happening with the front axle. The car beautifully rotates. Oh, and it's just a throwback to simpler days. I cannot rave how much I love driving this car and what I would do to put it in my driveway. Just enjoying those corners here. Miata is made for curvy back roads like that. Again, it proves that you don't need 600 horsepower in a car to have fun behind the wheel. Last week we tested the Ioniq 5N, which is a super capable car. It was fun to drive, but this gives you twice or maybe even 3 times as much fun as that Ioniq did. Now, as we get on a rougher pavement, we can still tell that suspension does shockingly well on it. It very nicely absorbs all the road imperfections, and the Bilsteins that the GT gets, they're really well tuned. Mazda knows that many back roads that are fun to drive on don't have the best pavement, and this is a great example. And what we're feeling right now is great stability, nice impact management, and this is just simply amazing. For the money, I don't think you can get a better car. The BRZ and 86 are cool, but this one feels a little bit more like a driver's car. It has better inputs, better engine tuning. Granted, it's not as practical as the BRZ or an 86. You get extra 2 seats in a Subaru or a Toyota. You also get more compartments across the cabin, and it can serve as a daily. This one is kind of a second car in your garage, but you can get away living with it. As we slow down, we can also tell that road noise is pretty well controlled for a small car like that. Obviously, with the soft top, there's gonna be more wind noise at higher speeds, but you can totally live with this thing. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about the ND3 Miata GT, so let's head into the final thoughts and summarize it. Okay, summing up the ND3 Miata. I mean, I think I said it all in the driving impressions. This thing is simply amazing and I love it. It's so refreshing that in 2025 we can get a car that's very mechanical, that's a great track tool, great autocross tool, and also not only a weekend car, but a good daily. Granted, the Grand Touring that we tested doesn't have all the goodies that the club gets, but this is still a great tool for both beginners and pros. And if you really try, you can get away with this being your only car. I would recommend that, but you can always try, because it's a really cool car, because we all love Miatas. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, drop a comment and I'll answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.